Hello, Year 2. I hope you've had a really good day. Now it's time for the next chapter in our class reader, The Boy Who Grew Dragons. Before we start, though, I just want to show you something I spotted on the back cover of the book. It says here, right next to the name of Piccadilly, who are the publishers of the book, and they've been really kind to allow teachers like me to carry on reading our stories to you during this lockdown. It says, what's inside? Dragons, mischief, friends. That sounds like a perfect combination for any book for me. So let's carry on and let's read chapter 9. Now, chapter 9 is called Poo Patrol, Goldfish, and Ninja Tortoises. There's some keywords in a file on our remote learning page that might help you understand any difficult vocabulary that we come across in this chapter. Are we ready? Monday morning involves a lot of running, arm waving, shrieking, and crying. It's one of those days Mum works at the vet's, and the only day Dad doesn't work from home. So getting me to school, Lolly to nursery, and them to work can be a bit of a challenge. For them anyway. I usually just kick about in my room, avoiding all of the above until it's time for breakfast. But that was before Flicker. On my first school day since the baby dragon had arrived, I was more panicked than Mum and Dad combined. My first job was Poo Patrol. I'd already learned that the best way to deal with Flicker's poos was with a pair of oven gloves and a water pistol, just in case anything had dried to the point of detonation. Then I used one of Lolly's little plastic spades from last year's holiday at the beach to shovel them up and drop them down the toilet. Quick wash of the spade in the sink, and the worst job was done. The next thing was emptying out my toy box and lining it with some fresh paper and my old dressing gown. I was planning on leaving Flicker my cheese plant and a bowl of water. On that first night, I'd been so caught up with the whole I have a dragon hysteria, I'd forgotten he'd need to drink. It was only when I'd gone to the loo and turned around to see him about to nosedive into the toilet that I figured that one out. Luckily, I caught him just in time. The last thing I wanted was him thinking that was the water bowl. By the time I left for school, I was pretty sure Flicker had everything he'd need to spend the day on his own in my room. But by the time I got to school, I had a nagging feeling I'd forgotten something. As I was racking my brains, Ted, Cat and Kai raced over. Hey Thomas, did you know that humans share 50% of their DNA with bananas? Ted said. I didn't. And they're herbs too, you know. Humans? Bananas. They're herbs, not fruit. I hadn't known that either, but then I wasn't sure anyone other than Ted knew this stuff. His head was full of it. I've known Ted since we were goldfish. I mean, not actual goldfish, but the size of them. When our mums found out they were pregnant, they went to this class where you find out what to do with babies. I've no idea what they learned, but it had something to do with llamas, I think. That's where they met, and so that's when Ted and I first met. Although being squished inside our mums meant our first play dates were a bit limited. We were even due to arrive on the same day, which would have been pretty cool really as we'd had the same birthday. But Ted went and barged his way out early, so he had a full 2 weeks with no best mates, which kind of serves him right. Cat and Kai we met on our first day at school. They're twins. Like me and Lolly, they genuinely seem to like each other. It doesn't stop them arguing, mind. But if push comes to shove, if you mess with one, expect the other to come wading in for them. So there's the 4 of us, and it's been like that ever since. You okay, Thomas? Cat asked. Where'd you get all those scratches? I rubbed my arm. Until Flicker had got the hang of his tail, every time he batted it about, the arrowhead end had gouged into my skin. Tom, I said hurriedly. What about that? She asked, pointing at my hand. I fiddled with plaster. It was just a mild burn from my first Poo Patrol, before the oven glove. I'm rubbish at lying. I panic, and then my overactive imagination gets involved. For some reason, right then, Nana's tortoise Jacko popped into my head, and he was a ninja tortoise with a jetpack. I was just about to blurt out that I'd been attacked by a torpedo tortoise, when luckily I was saved by Mr. Peters ringing the bell. I lunged for the door, just managing to get in front of Liam, I rule the universe, Sawston. Oi, he wailed. Sir, Thomas just elbowed me. I'd actually brushed his arm with the tip of my littlest finger, but Liam's not one to bother with details. Without hanging about to see if Sir was going to call me back, I ducked inside are made for the classroom. So let's see what happens tomorrow. When you get the video from Andy Shepherd, she mentions water pistols and oven gloves. So see if you can remember why. So looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow, children. Bye for now.